Hello everyone, Hanson here with another reading. Let's see what the universe has to tell you today. I did a couple personal readings today, which was pretty exciting. I'm a pretty new tarot reader on TikTok here. So when I'm seeing, it's upright, it's reversed, separate, okay. So when I have people coming in all wanting to have me do readings for them, it's very fulfilling for me. I really like it. It helps me know that I'm doing something, not just something right, because I've been doing tarot for 3 years. I love tarot. Please clarify Queen of Swords. It helps me know that I'm reaching people and I'm helping them and I'm getting to places that is meaningful enough for someone to want to invest in my services, which I think for any business owner, people wanting to invest and indulge and put effort into your work is very enriching and fulfilling. And in a way, I'm a bit of an artist because I'm not telling you this is what's happening. The universe is showing me something. You're resonating with it. And the energy culminates beautifully. Not that one. One more. Both. 3? Gosh dang. Those 3. Okay. I'm doing what I call the Pillars of Truth. So I pull cards in a fashion that builds, illumination. Build certain pillars. Each pillar is kind of its own topic. And it has one central card, and all the cards beneath it are explaining it. So it gives me more depth of positioning. And I'm also really excited because I'm learning how to read. I'm perfecting one, and I'm learning how to read 2 new divination methods. One's called the I Ching. It's tradition. It's the Book of Changes, the traditional Chinese reading method. Understood? Split. Okay, we have Tiny Elephants and the Prismatic Toad reversed. Let's take a look at what you got. This is going to be my longer YouTube extended about what's going on in the energy. And I'll post a couple TikTok ones to sort of touch base. I think I'm going to shrink my TikTok ones. Let's take a look. We have the Queen of Cups. So there's emotions, especially sometimes keeping those emotions inside. The Knight of Wands, exhaustion of emotions. And we have the 5 of Wands. I'm going to separate these. I like to keep most of the deck on hand so I can be like, well, tell me more. That's. I feel like we signed up for like an auto sales. Well, tell me more about that. Or like the commercial for like those old commercials. And they're like, but wait, there's more. I'm like, oh, there is. So it looks like you're exhausted emotionally over some sort of conflict. Well, Spirit, can you give me what kind of clarity on the 5 of Wands? What kind of conflict are we dealing with? Deception, treachery, betrayal. Oh, that's despicable. My, oh my. We have the High Priestess. She's reversed, but she wants to be upright. Someone wants to come forward about a truth. High Priestess reversed. It doesn't just talk about secrets. It talks about withholding information for convenience. And at the bottom of the deck, we have both the Prismatic Toad, something that you used to be incredibly mesmerized by, and you were like, it was so brainwashing. Before I get too far, I like to do a little shout out to the deck. I'm using Prisma Visions. It's popular here on TikTok, and I have the expanded oracle cards that go with it. It's just fantastic. I just love it. And the Tiny Elephants talks about gaining perspective, because it's awkward. Like, elephants aren't tiny, but if they're far away, they might seem small, is the idea. And it's a perception thing, because they're actually huge, but your eyes are perceiving them as little because they're far away. And the whole point of that is talking about perception is everything. Hi, Tuppence. I'm talking with my hands enough that Tuppence thinks it's pets time. I know. He's giving me the chit-chat. But with the Prismatic Toad in reverse, this is something that you were obsessed with for a time. The Prismatic Toad is it's a toad that's like hypnotic. Tuppence, no thank you. Oh, Tuppence. He's blessing the deck, and I love him for it, but I can't do your reading while he's here. Oh, Tuppence, you can go down now. Thank you. Oh, and there's another one of the kids. They're all chit-chatting me up. Okay. Reorganize. Ace of Cups reversed, Three of Swords upright. Okay. Tuppence, you know better, Tuppence. Thank you. Okay. So back to business. It looks like we have someone who's exhausted over somebody who's been deceptive. Something you used to be obsessed about. Something that had a large amount of mesmerization, which now you've brought into perspective in your own self. It's starting to make sense now. It's starting to function and flow. Moving on to the second pillar, we have this Queen of Swords reversed. The Queen of Swords reversed is about boundaries, and possibly about toxic negativity. Queen of Swords reversed is a nasty personality. It's someone who's mean for the sake of being mean. It's somebody who's bitter and think somebody like a crotchety old person in their like 70s who's just let bitterness stew in their soul for years. And it's because they're old enough to have that opportunity, right? To cook that bitterness into a fine vintage. I say they're not just bottling it up. They're making a fine vintage to be opened at just the right moment. Lots of resentment queued up in there. Then I have with the Knight of Wands reversed. Interesting. And the Ace of Pentacles. Spirit, please explain the Queen of Pentacles for me. Queen of Pentacles. Let's do Queen of Pentacles. Six of Swords and the Two of Pentacles reversed. Somebody was expecting something to get better, and it never did. It just got more messier. They're hoping they were looking for improvement, and things just got substantially worse. Substantially worse. Clear down the King of Pentacles, or the Knight of Pentacles, please. Knight of Pentacles reversed. Or sorry, not Pentacles, Wands. Knight of Wands reversed. For my fellow tarot readers who know what I'm reading. I've got the Nine of Swords, Five of Swords reversed. Anxiety and fighting. A little bit. Tell me some more, please. Temperance. Balance, healing over a situation. Knight of Cups. A fish. This was over a relationship. So this Queen of Swords is upset, resentful over a situation getting worse and not better due to past situations of somebody being a little bit wishy-washy, having to do with love, with the Two of Cups reversed. Love or a close relationship of some kind. Now we have the Five of Swords reversed. Five of Swords is typically conflict. This person could be fighting with somebody who whispered in their ear or gave them some sort of idea about something from the past. And then I have the Nine of Swords reversed, which is... I just heard someone is trying to help this person avert conflict over something that's stewing in their mind. I have Temperance, which is like a sequence of events is unfolding. A period, like a chemical reaction. I see it's like A, B, C, D, F, G. There's an alphabet. There's dominoes falling. They're in mid-fall. They haven't finished falling in there. They've been set up and then they started to move. We're waiting for all of this chemical reaction to all settle down. And then we have the Knight of Cups and the Gift reversed. It's interesting because the Gift came out reversed, which is literally the card, the Gift, and it has a fish, abundance, and it has this Ace of Pentacles just after it. So I'm really interested to see this person is thinking about coming to you. They're fighting with people or they're themselves with past reactions. King of Pentacles. About not bringing you something that somebody else will bring you, is what I'm seeing here. Which is probably to do with love, with the Two of Cups reversed. And what I'm seeing is this person did not give you like a stable relationship. They didn't give you a stable emotional connection. There was not equal give and take, and they're unhappy with the way that things are turning out at the moment, involving some sort of gift that they were meant to give you before, and it's left them bitter. And I'm seeing this frustration over this gift that's being given. Somebody who's in the process of they're going to bring you this gift, right? This Knight of Wands reversed is going to come up and give you this gift, which they couldn't give you in the past, and they're really uncomfortable and anxious about bringing this up to you, and they're fighting over this with the Queen of Swords. Like, maybe the Queen of Swords is the obligation. They moved into this space with this Queen of Swords, whoever this is, this circumstance. There's obviously fighting. There's lots of fighting and deception and betrayal, especially with the Knight of Wands reversed. But the Queen of Swords is interesting, because the Queen of Swords typically is not a treacherous person. They're usually fighting people who've been treacherous. But she's reversed, so there's rancid energy. Let's continue. Let's figure out a little bit more. I feel like it's an investigation. Spirit, can I get more clarity on this King of Pentacles? Six of Pentacles, reciprocity. Queen of Pentacles. Healthy give and take. Six of Wands. Reversed. So this person, it's interesting because what's happening is you have this Queen of Wands energy, which I'm assuming is the one I'm reading for, who's tired and exhausted and is like, they're surrounded by conflict, right? That's the Queen of Wands energy. They're coming through with this deeply sensitive energy, and they're just so tired. And there's conflict around a deception, and involving withholding some kind of information, right? That's what we're seeing so far. There's a Queen of Swords who's coming out rancid and nasty, with this around this Queen of Cups who's not going to deal with it. So that tells me this is a friend relationship between these people. Feminine energy doesn't jive with other feminine energy in tarot. In real life, absolutely. But masculine, feminine won't have romantic energy in tarot because it's genderless. But that's the polarity. It's like negative and negative magnets repulse each other. So we have a Six of Swords reversed and a Two of Pentacles reversed. This Queen of Swords, this sort of nastier energy, is trying to explain to this person. There might be infighting. They might have encouraged or talked about to this Queen of Cups. Poor behavior is what I'm seeing. Or, Spirit, can you explain to me this Nine of the Hangman? Okay, yeah. Withholding this emotional energy, withholding information about something. We'll investigate what that is soon. But they're fighting about withholding this information. There might be some damning evidence, is what I just heard. There might be some information or some things in here that's kind of nasty. Because the Five of Swords is like, don't share this or else we're all going down. And someone who's going to do it anyways, fuck everybody else, I'm going to say what I'm going to say. And then this Nine of Swords reversed is like, I've been so lost in my head, I just don't even care. And the Hangman come out and says they're just stuck. They're stuck in place. They're not going anywhere. When it comes to this gift reverse, they fail to give something. They fail to offer and give a gift of something. We're not sure what that something is yet. Not entirely. But they're going to come about. They're in the process, if they can unstick themselves, of coming about to give this information. Fascinating. Absolutely fascinating. Okay. And that gift is, I'm seeing, this is profound, really. There's a gift coming to you of an Ace of Pentacles, possibly from these people, or someone else is coming to give you a gift around this Queen of Cups, because they didn't. This person who's showing up as a Queen of Cups, either you're the Queen of Cups, A, or B, someone in your energy is the Queen of Cups, who's surrounded by conflict. Don't make it fit. If there's some energy in your life that seems like Queen of Cups conflict, there might be fighting about this Queen of Cups. If you are the Queen of Cups, other people might be arguing around you about deception or about you in other rooms, is what I heard. It's not straightforward, which is interesting. So in rooms that your name is being spoken, and they can't hear it necessarily. We have the Ace of Pentacles, the King of Pentacles, Seven of Pentacles to the Queen of Pentacles. Someone's coming in, whether it's this person or not. Someone's coming in to give a gift. They didn't. There's a withholding of some sort of gift. It was a false gift, and you have a gift coming in. This gift coming in. Whoever this is, this gift, spirit, can I get who this gift is coming from? Someone who's in deep regret over being left out or leaving someone out in the cold. Someone who's in deep regret for, I'm strongly feeling this information here is being withheld from you. This information is being withheld from you, and you're not being able to, like, hear what's going on in these other rooms where you're being talked about in some fashion. And somebody who's in regret over abandoning you, leaving you out in the cold, wants to come back and give you a real offer. And, like, when I say real offer, I mean really show up in the relationship as a divine masculine energy. Not this King of Wands reversed. They want to come forward and share a reciprocity with who they feel. They want to build a life with you, is what I'm seeing. Where they see you as this Queen of Cups energy, this beautiful, loving, nurturing energy. But you're moving on. This is you. You're no longer mesmerized and enchanted. You've moved on and kind of out of this energy, and you're no longer circling the toilet bowl. This is what I've heard. Interesting. And this judgment. So this is part of their karmic experience. You're healing. You're kind of moving on. This is a past person. It's somebody who really wants to come back fixed. And build and actually to give you something that they failed to give you before, with the gift reversed in the Knight of Cups here. Temperance. Okay. So somebody, I've heard this before, but this is the energy of the message, and this is why I'm reading it, because it's for my collective. That's the energy so far. Now, let's explain these other pillars, shall we? So someone is coming back in the past to essentially tell you about something that's being argued about in other rooms. Tell me more. I'm seeing the Hermit, energy that's all kind of alone and by itself with death. There's an ending to a hermit situation, which I thought was interesting. The ending to a hermit situation that involves deep love with the Four of Wands celebration. This is possibly going to be a very good experience. I'm seeing the Ace of Cups that was reversed. Something that didn't happen is going to happen. This person is going to give you the love that you could not receive at the time, or like that you were asking for and they couldn't offer it to you before. They're coming around to give you that love with the Three of Swords, which I'm surprised about. I'm like, Spirit, please explain the situation. The Three of Swords. They failed to reciprocate and they attempted to manipulate. That's fascinating. Okay, so they were attempting to manipulate you and control you. They probably had some really skewed perceptions and some really weird behavior. This person's not a bad person. I want to emphasize that. I'm not feeling evil in them. And, take what resonates. That's not for everyone. Some people might have evil people. I can't tell you that for certain right now. I'm like, general reading is not going to de-evil people. Yeah. So this is a hard truth. Again, I can't make this up. We have the gift reversed and the Two of Cups at the bottom of the deck a second time. The universal energy here is about someone who failed to reciprocate love. They failed to reciprocate love for you. Sorry, taking my time. And in the process of failing to reciprocate love for you, I'm seeing when they attempted to manipulate, you got tired and left and let go to go follow your guidance elsewhere. You were guided away from this person. You were protected from this person. They were moved away to be left alone. You leveled up into the Empress, healed yourself, loved yourself, nurtured yourself. And now you have this Two of Wands. You're moving timelines. You're altering. The Two of Wands is in reverse. You're choosing another path. You're remanifesting a new future. Whatever happened was supposed to happen differently. And because it happened the way it happened, it got corrupted, it got twisted, got messed up. You are being moved away so that it can fix, realign, reconstruct, and either correct your timeline or move you into a better timeline. But I'm seeing this new timeline, possibly this new person, this new situation, new whatever, is not going to be the same as this energy with this person. You've healed. You've healed, and this person has essentially failed to make a decision when it comes to loving you. And they were supposed to. You were their blessing. You were their gift. And they failed to reciprocate and bless this. And I'm not demonizing them for that. We all make mistakes. Ace of Pentacles came out again. So we all make mistakes. We all mess up. And maybe this person was not meant for you. Maybe this was a karmic lesson you were meant to both learn together. This person is, don't treat people like shit. And yours is, love yourself first. That's clear as day here, right? That's coming out super clear. Lately I've been like, so we know the information. What do we do with it? And Spirit's like, well, take a look. I have the Eight of Wands reversed. Spirit, can I get clarity on the Eight of Wands reversed? So this person's not going to be pushy with you. They're coming in with an Ace of Pentacles. They're coming in with honesty, not passion, not illusion, not emotion, with the Five of Swords reversed. That's clarity for this Eight of Wands. Because they're stuck. They might come through, they might not. That's the issue with this energy. Because they're questioning whether they want to, with the strawberry and the Ace of Pentacles, they're questioning, a strawberry is an oracle card of like abundant new, birthing new into the universe. I love the strawberry because the strawberry shows up a lot in the Pentacle cards here. And it's, again, Ace of Pentacles and the strawberry. It's like, what? Abundant new beginnings. Beautiful fertility. Rebirthing something with a lot of energy and love. This one's like against other people's request or judgment. Other people might be saying like, just let them move on. Let them heal. This person wasn't right for you. Or they might be saying, oh, like, screw this person. They're a horrible person and blah, 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 whatever. And this person knows better. They're in a Four of Swords. They're resting and healing, meditating, contemplating whether they should come forward with this information or not. Spirit, clarify illumination. This one. They're illuminated to who you are. They see you as the blessing that you always were. They just weren't in a place to see you because they were too busy bleeding all their wounds all over you from past relationships and past experiences, past circumstances. Page of Cups. This person's going to, both with the Eight of Wands and the Page of Cups, this person wants to, I can't say they're going to do it, but this person wants to propose to you probably, or they're proposed something. They want to show up in your life and actually realize what an amazing person you are. This person's obsessed. This person's absolutely mind-numbingly, brain-meltingly obsessed with you. And you're no longer obsessed. You've fallen out, and they're fallen in. Notice I have the Prismatic Toad, and this deck came with one, and then I got an expansion packet and got the other one. I got both Prismatic Toads here. One's upright, one's reversed. This person's obsessed with you. This person's obsessed with you in the most beautiful way, and I'm just absolutely here for it. I'm enchanted. I'm mesmerized. I'm like, what is happening? Why is this person in love with you? Claire, another Prismatic Toad. This person realizes who you are. They're obsessed. They're obsessive compulsive about you. But they might be hiding their feelings. Page of Swords are going to come tell you about it. Page of Pentacles reversed. There's a little story here. What is this? Knight of Wands, Queen of Wands. Explain these. Who's the Queen of Wands here, Spirit? I see the Queen of Wands a lot, and it's really important for me not to demonize the Queen of Wands. It's very easy for me to demonize things. I know my weaknesses. So the King of Wands, the Knight of Wands here, the betrayal or the treachery, the things that are not being talked about when they didn't give you the cup of love, it's because this person kind of wanted to live their own life. They wanted to live their own dream. They were too busy kind of being independent. And Three of Wands, they destroyed their future in the process. Because they wanted to live alone. They wanted to be free. I feel like this person is used to being chained up or bound, and they're just like a free spirit. Like their vengeance or anger or expression of negativity comes out in this idea of like they're tired of people trying to control them and take from them and use them, and they took that out on you on accident. It's a card that split here. I'm like, where did it go? I know your face up in the deck here somewhere, you silly little card. Well, it'll be found. And we have Six of Cups and the Ace of Swords. It wants to be upright. So this person's going to come back and tell you a truth. That's the Ace of Pentacles. First of all, they're going to come and tell you a truth that they actually really love you and they want a brand new beginning with you. That's the first thing, which is like kind of nuts. This Ace of Swords is loaded. Spirit, clarify the Ace of Swords. But in the past, they may have left you out in the cold, is what I'm seeing. This person's had a tower. And they're seeing you're this Queen of Cups reversed. With the tower reversed, you might have had a glow up or a blow up, and you're no longer emotionally in your feelings about them. They are now the chaser, and you are the runner. If that polarity makes sense to you, it's not nobody can just be a freaking happy family. We gotta like run from the people we love, and like it's the whole thing. This person wants reconciliation with you. Three of Cups is a beautiful card to me. It's always a reconciliation. Seven of Pentacles. They want reconciliation, and they want a fair give and take and a balance and a harmony. They want to bring things back into harmony. Spirit, clarify the Seven of Pentacles, please, just for certainty. Death. This person's had an ego death. Massive ego death. Justice reversed. They've realized, okay, they've realized what they've done, and they realized King of Pentacles reversed, Two of Pentacles reversed, the Lovers reversed. They made a wrong choice in love, and they regret it strongly. Justice reversed is trying to like bite them back, and I have this King of Pentacles in reverse. They weren't someone that you could build with. They're in regret and remorse over this, but your energy is sitting over here going, I don't really care. I love you, but you've been a huge butthead, and I'm not interested. Interesting. Okay. Simple, straightforward. Got you. This person's had a total realization of who you actually are. Your guys' polarities have shifted. This person's in the process of healing, but you're in the process of saying, I don't really want this anymore. I don't really know how I feel about this. I don't really like it anymore. I don't like it. And I don't know how I feel about it either. Any last minute things for the collective spirit? Is there any last minute things you want to say? Rivieri. Rivieri in this deck is a pretty like nasty energy. Oh, magical extra cards. The gift of abundance and a blooming. Devil reversed. This is this person trying to heal their past mistakes and like recover. They're working hard on overcoming their devils. They're not sure how to make it up for you, to be honest. They're not really sure if they're capable of making it up to you, is what I'm seeing here. But they know that it starts with one good step. This person has a lot of maturing and growing up to do. Oh no, not the Knight of Wands. Knight of Wands crossed. Why Knight of Wands? Nine of Pentacles. Knight of Wands, Nine of Pentacles. Nine of Pentacles, Emperor. Hierophant. Six of Wands, the Tower. Six of Pentacles. This person may have also had a Wheel of Fortune, the Star reversed. This person has not done their healing work. I think if they are going to heal, it would be after you let them in, but not fall into this cycle with them. You're going to have boundaries. You're going to have a whole new lease on relationships. You're going to be this person's bully, essentially. Not necessarily as a bully, but like, here's how to treat me, and if you don't want to treat me like this, well, bye. You're going to be holding them down. They're going to be really wanting your attention. You're going to be like, you got to get past this red tape, and you're only going up to level 2. Level 5 is for people who are VIP, and you're back down to not VIP. You got to climb the ladder to prove to me that you're not going to be a huge dumpster fire, because trust is only gained once. And when you have trust, if you take this person back, that's a fat if, because you got a two of wands. You may have even walked away to somebody else already. But this person wants a reconciliation. I'm not seeing a lot of cups cards. I'm not seeing like love, 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 love. They want to communicate. They would love to have another relationship with you. But I'm seeing karmic cycles and fail to heal. I don't think this is about love. I think this is about someone who cherishes you and really admires you, really wants you in their life. It doesn't really matter how. It can be romantic or otherwise, but they just really admire, appreciate, and want and like hold you in very, very high regard. And they've always had this love for you, and they want a reciprocity. They're coming back. Six of Cups. And you guys might be soulmates, or it could be a false twin or karmic twins, or even actual twins can still be in this energy if both of you are unhealed. If one of you is healed, the other one has no choice but to follow. It's kind of like a natural byproduct. Or you'll be given someone new, and you'll be realigned. But the thing here is this healing process that's showing up here in front of me. It's pretty much just straightforward. It's punching me in the face. This person's in the process of healing. They're working on getting better. They're trying to choose better. But I'm seeing, you know, you got to stand in your power. You got to stand in your independence. And you got to basically say, okay, that's great. But at the same time, I'm like, I have to, we're going to ask the questions on TikTok, because there's some more questions I have for this. But long story short, here's your message for the day, guys. Sorry if I sound a little like bitter and sour about it, but I'm just like, that's how I feel. I'm like, I don't like this energy. Not because I hate it, not because I don't care for it, but it's just like, this is giving me a bad taste in my mouth. This is telling me that people are like kind of being kind of icky. I would like them to heal. I would like them to correct it, but I don't like how they're dragging you through the mud to do it. I don't like their selfishness. This person's painfully selfish, and they're very self-destructive at the same time. A drowning man will always drown someone else if they'll always try to take someone else with them. So just keep your boundaries up. This masculine is working on it, but they got to work on it. They got a lot of work to do. And when they want to do the work, they're going to do it for their own volition, but not because you made them. Instead, it's going to basically, what you do have control over isn't their behavior and their actions. You have control over your level of permission in their life. They got to work their way up to they got to earn a place in your life. They got to earn it. They got to work really hard for it, and they got to make sure that it is worth keeping. They got like confirmation with the beeps. My bread is finished. So I hope you guys enjoyed your reading, and Hanson signing out. I'll be back again with another reading. I might pop a few quickies on TikTok too. So look for those. Love you guys. Peace out.